Hi everybody, it's Kerry here at the North East Autism Society and I'm joined by Tony and Davey from the Life Science Centre.
Hi.
Hi.
And today we are going to be doing some shadow creativity, which sounds really exciting. So Tony, could you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah, so I really love playing with things like light and shadows and kind of playing around and exploring and seeing what effects I can create. So that's what I was trying earlier this week. So I'll show you some of the things that I have created, and we can talk about how I did them, and then people can find out how to do it if they want to try it themselves at home. So I'm just going to show you. So here is the first one.
Oh, that's brilliant. A little hedgehog and a tree.
So I was inspired by the shadows I could see to turn it into the hedgehog and tree. When you look at what I started with, I've got a washing up brush, a little jar of spices, and a hair slide that's a big flower. So I played around and stacked them up and tried them different ways until I saw something I liked, and I was inspired to turn it into the hedgehog and the tree.
So if people wanted to try this at home, Tony, what would they need to do?
To make shadows, the first thing you'll need is a light source. So you might use a torch, or you might use the light on your phone. And then you'll need some objects that will cast the shadow. So these could be anything you can find around your house. There could be things that are opaque, like this box, so the light can't get through. It gives a really good shadow. You might choose some transparent things to see what happens, or even some translucent things that let a little bit of the light through. And you can look in all different places around your house. You can look for your toys. I got some hair slides and some necklaces. Had a look in my craft box, found some sequins. Got lots of bits and pieces from the kitchen as well. But if you do decide to use something you wouldn't normally play with, then just check with a grown-up that it's okay first. You don't want to have any accidents. And once you've got those, you need a way of capturing your shadow. How are you going to be creative with it? So you might want to do this on paper with some pens, or you might want to do it digitally. So you could use a tablet to take a photo and then use an app to draw on the photo that you've taken. It's up to you. And then you just need to set it up. You might need a bit of a dark place. So you might want to try pulling the curtains and turning the lights off. You might want to find a little dark corner in your house that you can set up to do this. So I've got things set up here. I might just turn down my lights, switch on my torch, and have a go at creating some kind of sculpture. And when I've got it as I like, that's when I'm going to start my drawing. So are you going to do the same, David? Have you got somewhere that you can find a little dark space?
I have, yep. Okay. So do you want me to go and do that just now?
Yeah, do you want to show us where it is?
Yeah, okay. I'll just take the laptop. So what I did is, actually I know it's great fun in itself, I made a wee den. So I got some blankets and I got a chair and propped the chair behind the settee, and I made a wee den at the back here.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
So will I go and get something and see what it looks like?
Good idea. I'm going to turn my lights down and start seeing what I can make as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what people can make with these, and I suppose it's a really easy activity because you can just find little things that you've got around the house, so you don't necessarily have to go out and buy anything particular, do you? You can just get creative really with what's in your house. So I'll have to have a go at this when I get home, see what I've got. I know I've got some pine cones that might be a good idea, and some bottle tops. Yeah, I'm gonna have a go when I get in.
You could also, I think it might be quite good. Oh, hello, I'm an elephant. Look, and the shadows come on them.
Oh yeah, so I can see your shadow on your wall there, Davey, and I can see where you've got your piece of paper as well.
Yeah. And I've got a piece of blue tack. Oops. And I've got a peg. And I wondered if I could make the peg so it looked a wee bit like a crocodile.
Oh.
So it looked a wee bit like a crocodile's head.
Well, then let's see if you can do this, because I suppose the beauty with this activity as well is it's trial and error, so you can just play around with it, and there isn't any right or wrong answers, is there? It's just about getting creative.
Exactly.
Oops. Where's
Don't
it?
you look like you've got a bit of a, it looks like a building, like a castle or a tower on your...
I was thinking I was going to try and build something that looked a bit like a rocket, but I'm not sure if it does look more like a building. I'm going to try it and see.
Mhm. But if you wanted it to be a rocket, you could decorate the paper, couldn't you, with something? Like you could draw on it or add glitter or stick things on. Right, Davey, I can see that you've got an elephant and what looks like a crocodile on your page now, and yeah, they actually look like they're talking to each other.
Well, I think what I might do is I might get my pencils and I might draw some teeth on this crocodile, and I don't think it will look just as friendly as it does just now. So give me a wee second.
That's a good idea. And you could do, in that picture, you could do speech bubbles as well, and the elephant and the crocodile could be having a chat to each other.
Like that idea.
I think so. Here's what I'm going to try and do. So I've put a sheet of paper on the wall, which I've put with a wee bit of blue tack on, but I've put it in a place that even if the blue tack leaves a wee mark, nobody will actually notice it. So you've got to be careful with that. And I'm going to use a red pen, a pencil rather. And I was thinking the red pencil might look as if it was like blood, if it was it made it on the teeth of the crocodile. So here's a crocodile here. If I just draw some teeth, and I'll draw around it like that.
And that looks like it can be quite tricky because you've got to work on what we would call your fine motor skills there, David. You're really having to...
Yeah, have to hold the pencil steady.
Isn't it, how you...
It is.
So, Tony, are you going with a tower?
I think I'm still going to turn it into a rocket.
Tony's is looking very much like a tower.
I think I'm going to try and turn it into a rocket.
Okay.
So...
And that's the other thing, isn't it, Tony? It's all about interpretation. So to you, it might look like a rocket. To me, it might look like a tower.
Yeah.
Now that I've moved the elephant, I don't know if you can see, but now that I've moved the elephant's outline, which is what I drew, but I would need to draw an eye and things onto it so you would recognise it for what it is. So
yeah. And your drawing's quite faint as well, Davey, so maybe it's a good idea to use felt tips, perhaps, but you've got to be very careful that you don't draw on your wall.
Yeah,
well.
I think if I was going to...
I've used a sketchbook, so it won't draw on my wall. It'll just be in my notebook, so it won't hurt the wall.
Yeah.
Tony, you've wrote something on your rocket. What does that say? Is it Saturn?
Yeah. So I've turned mine into a Saturn V rocket, but I've drawn a planet and I've drawn some stars on there too, and I've drawn some wings on the bottom of my rocket as well.
If you move things about and you put them against the background, they can change. So even if you change the elephant itself just now, if I change the angle of the elephant, it looks quite different on the shadow.
Yeah, you can get some really nice different shadows. You can change the size of your elephant as well. You can make it bigger or smaller. Have you worked out how you can do that, David?
No, how did I do that?
Oh, try moving it further away and closer to your torch.
Right. Oh, it's getting smaller if I take it closer to the wall. And if I bring it closer to the torch, it seems to be, it's getting bigger.
Well, this has been a really creative activity, I think, this week. I like this one, and I'm sure some of our young people will enjoy this as well. I can think of a couple in particular that will really enjoy this.
Yeah, I really love it because it's a chance to be creative, and there's lots of surprises as you go as well. You never know how something's going to turn out until you try it. So just try everything and see which you like the best.
Absolutely. So what we'd love you all to do is get some objects from around the house, get super creative, and send us your pictures or videos. Send us your ideas if you've got something different that you've tried that we didn't know about. That would be brilliant. That's how we all learn, just by trying. So well, thank you, Davey and Tony, for that. That has been brilliant. So I will see you both next week. Okay, bye.
Thanks very much. Bye.